snacker. Roses are red, violets are blue, and today I'm a wife. Ooh, mates. Okay, so I posted on my Instagram for you guys to ask me questions and so that we can chit chat and catch up, and you guys did. So this question has been asked so many times, and it is, how does it feel to be married? Honestly, mates, it feels amazing. I feel great. So me and my husband, it feels so weird calling Dominic my husband. I'm so used to calling him my boyfriend, and I kind of liked it. I like calling him my boyfriend. It's cute, my boyfriend. But now we leveled up. It's my husband. Like, I feel like people take me more seriously when I'm like, oh, my husband. It's like, oh, okay, husband. And then I pull up with my ring. Like, don't play with me, mates. So it feels amazing. I feel so happy being married. It's only been like a week, 2 weeks, a week or two. So of course it feels great. But I want to say, like, it's just, I feel complete, you know, I feel fulfilled. Like, I don't know how to explain it. And also, me and Dominic did get baptized a couple of days after a wedding. So mates, I don't know, like, I don't know, mates. I just feel really, really happy, and I feel like we're more connected or so. I don't know, if you're married, let me know if you have the same feeling. Yeah, like, you definitely do feel different when you are married. So let me know if you guys are married and you did feel different. You definitely do. Like, I feel so much, there is a difference from being a girlfriend, a fiance, and now a wife. Like, ooh, mates. And soon, hopefully, by the grace of God, mates, a mother. So, mates, it's too good. Next question is, did Dominic pay a dowry? 100% he did. Mates, you thought I was free? Sorry. But yes, Dominic did do a dowry. It was very private. I've always wanted to do something private. Growing up, for those who don't know, I am Congolese. And Congolese wedding maids, they are huge, extravagant. And personally, I never felt comfortable going to the wedding, and it's just like, I never knew the person getting married, but like, my parents went, and it was just like, I was there, I didn't know them, so I didn't like that feeling as, you know, being younger. So I always told myself, at my wedding, I'm gonna know everyone that's there. Everyone's gonna have a personal relationship with me, because at the end of the day, this is my day. Why should I have strangers or like my parents' friends that I don't know, kind of thing? So like, a lot of times weddings should kind of like show off, but I don't need all that. I'm just, for my wedding, I always thought it's going to be amazing and really small, and kind of like, I never envisioned my wedding. I feel like I'm the only girl that never had like this idea of their wedding, how it would be. I never had that. So it was better than I expected, because I had no expectations. So yeah, guys, he did pay a dowry, and my parents were really happy with that. What advice would you give to us single ladies? Single ladies, mates? I would just say, work on yourself. Find a hobby. People think I'm joking when I say work on yourself. I really mean work on yourself. Enjoy being single. Oh my God, guys. Being single, and this is from a place of love, you know, like, I absolutely love being a wife and all that. I can say that I loved being single. Being single was an amazing time of my life, and I learned a lot of things. And when I say enjoy being single, guys, enjoy being single, enjoy being alone, like, enjoy like not thinking about someone else, you know, like when I go out I'm thinking, oh, Dominic like this and stuff like that, but just enjoy being yourself. Like, being single, for me, I have no regrets. There's a lot of times where I wanted to chase love and kind of find love, but it's like, for what? The guy that's meant for you, or whoever you're meant to be with, you are gonna find him no matter what. So just sit back, relax, and learn to love yourself, and figure out why you're still single, figure out why your relationships didn't work, you know. Like, I really did that, and I noticed, I was like, I'm kind of going for F-boys that just want to hook up, or like, you know, these guys that are like super attractive superficially, but they have no substance to themselves. So figure out why you keep dating the type of men, like why you're single and stuff. So really, like, find some time to yourself and learn to love yourself is what I would say to single ladies, because I really had to do that. I remember I sat down, I think 3 years before I met Dominic. I was actually telling my best friend, I was actually telling my best friend about this, and I saw a sermon on things to do before you get married, and it said to write down the type of guy you want, like what you look for or what you don't look for, like a godly man or whatever. And I thought it was so dumb, but I still did it. You know, I wrote down what I wanted and like how I wanted him to be, and the qualities, and all the qualities I wrote down, Dominic literally has. You know, I remember I wrote down, I was like, I want someone to have a really kind heart and just like very, very loving heart. And Dominic literally has that. When I first met Dominic, I could feel his love for me, and it was very warm, and I wasn't used to that. And I was like, oh my God. But Dominic is just, his heart is so kind, and I pray that it stays like that forever. So I'll never forget, that's what I wanted. And when I met him, I was just like, oh, I really felt the warmth and kindness of his heart. So I would encourage you guys to write down what you want for in like a man. If you're Christian or Muslim or Jewish, like whatever your religion is, like what you want them according to your faith, or according, like, you know, just qualities like that. And I told my best friend to do that as well, and to watch sermons or watch like motivational speakers or whatever you're into on like how to prepare for marriage. It was so random because like my mom sat me down and she like, you know, she was like, oh, pray for a man, you know, this and that. And if you have a relationship with your mom, talk to your mom, because they are married, you know, they know what it takes. So I really did that. Well, my mom came to me and we talked about it, and I'm grateful that I have a mom that parents, a mom and dad, that I always felt comfortable talking to and, you know, giving me great advice. So if you have friends that you can do that, that's what I would advise you to do. Next question is, are you now planning to have an IVF? I don't know, like, I'm not closed off to it. I always say whatever happens, happens. So if I can get pregnant naturally, knock on wood, then I would 100% do it. But if I can, then, you know, I would love to do it the natural way. But life comes at you fast. You never know your options. If IVF is the route, that's the route we're taking. If it's not, you know, I just go with whatever life throws at me. Next question is, how did your parents react when you first moved in with Dom? I can't remember. When I first met Dominic, I was 25, so I didn't really care if my parents were for it or not. And my parents acknowledged that I was an adult, you know. So I think I asked my dad that question, and he's just, it is what it is. Like, he knew I was grown, and they had met Dominic really early. I think they met Dominic like a week within we're dating, because I'm the type of person, like, I like to tell my family everything that goes on in my life, you know. So I don't like to hide things. I can't be in a relationship with someone and like go see him in secrecy. No, it's just not for me. So I told my mom, I think like a day later when me and Dominic started dating, I told my mom, and she was like, okay. So she knew when I would sleep over at his house. So my parents are not strict. I know the Congolese, but they're pretty easygoing as long as you're honest with them. So, and a lot of people are shocked. They're like, oh my God, you're Congolese, like you moved in with your boyfriend. And do your parents know? Yes, like my parents knew. They saw me on YouTube, you know, so they obviously knew we lived together. But like I say, my parents are very accepting, and they've been living in Canada for literally like 30, 40, 50 years, you know. So like they just accommodated with the culture in Canada. So they know people move in together as long as you're not wasting your time and being a city girl. And, you know, they saw that Dominic was a good guy, and they were like, you know what, that's what she wants, we're gonna support her. So that's, my parents love Dominic, and they were okay with it, you know. Next question is, are you planning on staying in Mexico on permanent basis, and how's your Spanish? Mates, my Spanish, I'm still learning. I do talk here and there. A lot of people say that I have a really nice accent when I speak Spanish. Thank you so much. So every day is a learning process, but a lot of people here in PV, they speak English. So like I would say something and then they see that I'm like struggling, so they talk to me in English, or like they just see me and they're like, okay, well, she's not Mexican, so they automatically speak to me in English, and then I try to talk to them in Spanish, but they just answer me in English. So it's harder to learn Spanish in this area that we're at. So yeah, you know, I'm learning, but also a lot of people here in the area that we're at, they want to learn English. So it's like we're both like at a crossroad, but definitely I can get around. I go shopping by myself, I go to the mall by myself, and I do talk to, you know, like the security guard and the employees that work there. So I can definitely work my way around it. It's just kind of getting the fear of like people making fun of me because I don't speak, you know, like perfect Spanish, or like my accent isn't good enough. It's just like getting out of the insecurity of, you know, like not speaking properly. So I would say if you live in a country like Canada or like the US, and you have people that don't speak proper English, or that have an accent, or they're struggling to speak English or French, don't make fun of them, because those people are brave to go into a country, and you know, don't make fun of them. Just be patient. Now I know what it's like, and I've always been patient, mates. And growing up, I was my parents' translator. So just be kind to people that don't understand the language that is spoken in a country. So major key I've learned. And yeah, I see myself living long term here in PV. I absolutely love it. It's everything I've ever wanted, you know. But hopefully my whole family one day can move down here. That's the plan, and we're all gonna be here in Mexico, and my brother can marry. You know, my brother was like, oh, maybe I'll go to PV and I'm gonna find my wife. I was like, yes, mate, let's do it. But yeah, so I absolutely love it here in PV. It's amazing. Like, it's just good vibes, mate. Next question is, how were you feeling before the wedding? Oh, the wedding day. I was nervous. So I wrote my vows the day before me and Dominic were married. Like, we're sitting in bed, looking at each other. Dominic was in the corner, I was on the bed, and we're just like writing our vows, looking at each other, tearing up. So the day before, I was writing my vows, Dominic was writing his vows, and then a couple minutes before the wedding, I was really nervous. I was really stressing. Like, we had the camera crew all around. And then I think like 30 minutes within getting ready, I felt a sense of excitement. I was like, oh my God, I'm about to marry literally the man of my dream. I've been praying, getting ready for him, and he's finally here. So I was like, why am I nervous? So I just started to get really excited. And then when I walked down and I saw Dominic, I was just excited. Like, I was really ready to just be a wife, and now I'm ready to be a mother. You know, I'm ready to just take on the next step of our lives. So I was just excited, anxious, all the emotions, like happy. I was all of it, and then in the end, I was just ready. That's what it was. Next question is, what do you look forward to the most? Getting rid of my cyst is what I look forward to the most. I think about it literally every single day, and it is frightening, and it's discouraging, you know, taking pregnancy tests and it's negative. So I look forward to just becoming a mother, and I know that when it happens, I'm gonna be so happy, and me and Dominic are gonna be the best parent. We pray about it every single day. So that's what we look forward to the most. You know, we were boyfriend and girlfriend, and then we were fiancés, and now we're husband and wife, and now we're ready to be mom and dad, mates. So we're just ready for the next step, growth, or like the next journey ahead, which is becoming parents. Last question is, when is the honeymoon and destination? So for the honeymoon, Dominic is planning it. As you guys know, Dominic is really good with planning things. He did our whole wedding setup. Like, he edited our wedding video. Like, when it comes to planning everything, like, Dominic is perfect at it. And just because I get anxious and nervous and stuff, and I'm not good with like being under pressure, so Dominic, and that's what I've always wanted. Like, one of the things that I want in a man, I want a man that takes charge, you know, that is willing to like take care of these things, because I personally can't, you know. So Dominic is the one that, and he loves doing those things, and I love that about our relationship. I know that I can count on Dominic to do those things without even asking. Like, we're doing a video and someone asked that, and he was like, oh, I'm already planning something. I was like, oh, all right, God is good. So, you know, I'm grateful that Dominic does that. Our wedding came out super amazing. I can't believe he planned everything, and I told him my vision and what I wanted, and he made it happen. So I love having that. I swear Dominic should be like interior designer, event planner, because he's really good at these things. So yeah, for our honeymoon, mates, it's gonna be a surprise to me too. And I always told Dominic, like, you know what's funny? Dominic's taking care of our wedding and our honeymoon, and then when it comes to getting pregnant and the baby shower and stuff like that, I'm gonna be the one taking care of that. So I was like, you know what, in a way, you're kind of doing your part, because when it comes to the children, I'm gonna be so excited, and I know I'm gonna plan those things. So he's like planning that, because I'm gonna be planning this. I really I talked about it the other day, and I told him we're laughing about it, and I was like, oh my god, that's so true. So yeah, guys, we're gonna see where our honeymoon is. I'm excited for next month. A lot of amazing fun things are in the works, you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching this video and hanging out with me. Thank you for all your love, all your congratulations, you guys. I am a wife, mates. You see that, mates? But yeah, I'm super happy, and I'm excited for all the things that we haven't even dreamed of yet. Like, you know, my vows said. Goo, mates. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. Toodaloo.